Hey Deborah, I decided I could just give you a little video tour of how it's coming along here. So here's the crepe myrtle with its, crew cut trim back, which as you can see, it's starting to sprout out. So every day I'm like cheering it on. I cannot wait till it gets a full top up there. But anyway, slowly but surely. And then this is the hosta garden that they just put in, and I've been tweaking it and moving plants because it was way overloaded with too many in one spot, and it still can be thinned out, but here's where it is for now. And I even did some today in the 90 degrees, but whew, had to keep taking breaks in the shade for sure. I'm sure if you were outside, you know what I mean. I'm gonna move, I'm gonna keep, let's see, I'm gonna keep those two Nandinas there. I'm gonna move that one and the little one that's in the shade over there. I'm gonna move them completely. This little one here is gonna go all the way over to the, kind of where that statuary is. So that's some of the digging in the dirt that I have. I'm gonna have to move back here in the shade for you to be able to see it, but back here is the elderberry, the black lacy leaf elderberry that I told you about. It's kind of one of those bushes that when it's filling out, I think it'll be stunning to look at. And sometimes, they can look a little scraggly. I'd say this is a bit in the scraggly stage. It's beyond its blossoming, but in the spring, it's these little kind of floret things that have light pink flowers to them. So it'll be beautiful then. And then these leaves change a bit with color depending on how much light they're getting or what the season is, so they'll change a little in the fall. But this thing is supposed to get, if you let it go, you can prune it back, but if you let it go, it can fill into, like 8 to 10 feet high and 7 to 8 feet wide. So I'm gonna let it just have a big space back here along the fence and do what it wants to do. This is a little hydrangea I put in last year. It's coming back nicely. This little azalea, not so little anymore, I'd say more medium size. Literally, I transplanted a one single twig of a branch that had a few leaves and blossoms years ago. I put it back here in the corner, and it obviously loves it there. It's taken off nicely. And this is the other hydrangea I just bought this year that is going to actually have a red blossom on it. I'm excited about that. I've never seen a red hydrangea before. Back there I bought a Jacob's ladder. The little bush that's got yellow leaves is the candy corn. Look, thank you to your hint to me earlier, I ran to Lowe's and found these. They had several more, but I got 5 today of the ferns to put along in my shepherd's hook, so I like that. And then I have filled out, some more hostas in this side of the garden. I moved some of my indoor plants out because you said Walt has, and it should be okay to do. So here we go. This corner under the shade of the holly tree is getting some of the indoor plants outside. There's my new bleeding heart there. And all these hostas just thankfully keep coming up year after year. I got to get rid of last year's. This is the graveyard of the fern fence from last year. I need to get them put away. And this is sort of the working part of the garden where I keep tools and stuff. You gotta have one of these spots too. So there it is. There's my backyard oasis that is coming along. Oh, I didn't point out to you, I wanted to show you this thing that's in the pot leaning up And I'm hoping we'll climb the tree. It's not very leggy right now, but it's supposed to be vines that will, climb fences and trellises and trees. So that's my hope. And in the spring, it gets these yellow kind of trumpet shape flowers all over it. And it's the flower of South Carolina, hence the name. So I'm hoping that'll work out okay. So it's this one and that waxy yellow, no, excuse me, black leaf elderberry that I got online. I'm hoping they'll do okay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.